and customer relationship management. I put this slide in here because I think this is very critical, and I think that it's not addressed enough in educational environments. So I wanted to put this in here, and also the last few minutes of this presentation we're going to be using, again, the lab. We're going to be going through Sugar CRM, which you see here is a customer relationship manager tool. Elements of a good CRM: organize and update your contacts, manage and track your marketing campaigns so you can measure and see how effective your marketing efforts are in terms of dollars and cents. Salesforce automation: if you are outsourcing your sales calls to another country, a CRM is almost critical. I don't know how you can exist without it. After a sales call, you can put in your notes and say, I sold to this person, pay me, more or less. Or you can say, I didn't have luck on this conversation. The person is interested in these benefits. That way the next person who calls up on them will know where the conversation was left off. Customer service and support. You can track the progress of some bugs if it's like a technology that's being developed. Your customer resource manager can track bugs that you might have in that software. Also, if someone files a support ticket, they need help with something, you can see where they are with that. Basically, when you call into a lot of these call centers, and when they say they're typing something in, that's what they're using is a customer resource manager tool. Another element that's critical is it needs to be able to be modified. The nice thing about Sugar CRM is it's an open protocol tool, which means that the community edition is free to use. They do have a professional edition. We're going to be using the community for this lab. The nice thing is that there are a lot of developers who create code to add on this program and to make it more effective for their own personal or company applications. It's also scalable. That's very important to consider. So a couple other ones: SAP, Microsoft Dynamics, CRM. And there's tons and tons and tons of CRMs. A lot of studies on how to find the right CRM for you. With so many market entrants, I would suggest just finding a free one. I mean, there's no reason to be paying insane amounts of money for something that you can get for free. Some of them are tricky to install. Sugar CRM is based off of Apache, MySQL, and PHP, which are all softwares that are free under the GNU license. So that's the best one that's out right now, in my opinion. And so we'll get to that right now. Thank you for watching so far, and we'll continue with the lab. Okay, here we go to continue on with our lab. This is Sugar CRM's opening screen. Sugar CRM uses web server technology. Basically, Apache, MySQL, and PHP work together as a web server. I currently have it set up on Linux Ubuntu. It does also work on what's called a LAMP server, which is Apache, MySQL, and PHP working on your Windows system. It can be a little bit tricky to install, but if you're interested, contact me. I'd be happy to help you set it up. And also Macintosh. Okay, so here's the screen. Login. This is what you get when you first log in to Sugar after you have installed all the software and have it up and running. You have a whole bunch of different areas of the program that you can access from this main page. You have an administration page where you can change many different aspects and preferences and things. You can add users, you can delete users, you can do many things like that. When I installed this version for this demonstration, you do have the option to install what's called demo data, and for the purpose of this video, I did decide to include that demo data. So I have a number of users who are involved in this system already. I did put myself in there, Lucas. I can change, for example, Chris Oliver. I can change what rights he has and what he can and can't do. Basically, since I'm an administrator of this system, I have all rights to change anything on anybody. I can create a new user. I can import users. That's from the administration tab. And then you have some other things up here, but what I want to get into is the meat and potatoes of the program. So let's go home. This is the home page. You have some areas here: my calls, my meetings, my leads, my top open opportunities, my accounts, my open cases. Even though this did have demo data, this didn't include anything that I'm supposed to do, as it really doesn't have any dates or anything set to it yet. But let's explore what we have here. So let's go to the dashboard. The dashboard is kind of, it gives you an idea of what's going on in the company. Basically, it puts dollars to what's in the information. This area right here says all opportunities by lead, source, by outcome. Basically, you can see that there are X amount of dollars in the cold calls from prospecting in the prospecting stage. You have a certain portion that are in negotiation and review, and you have a certain number that have already been closed. That's all from cold calls. That's valued at about $125,000. You can see that existing customers have about half prospecting and about half the decision makers are in charge of. If you look at employees, you can see that they're sending out proposal price quotes. So basically, opportunities by lead, source, by outcome. These are all opportunities by lead source. So it takes a paragraph and says all the opportunities that you have. Where are they all? You know, your email marketing campaign, which we'll get into, is that amount, you know, that chunk of it, and what other campaigns you have, direct mailing campaigns, public relations, you know, word of mouth. It just breaks it all up. When you accumulate more data, you'll be able to do outcome by month, and the amount of sales in the pipeline. The pipeline is basically, you know, work that you are trying to get through. Basically, how much you have that you can push through at this point in terms of the sales stage.